I had to cut the camera off. I start tearing up and crying out of nowhere. I don't. I done talked about this so many times, and it's like this doesn't get any easier. I am making this video for my family because they cannot seem to fathom the reason why I decided to go no contact. So here we are. I can't talk to them. Everyone is set in their ways. Everyone is strong-minded, and I am not finna have a scream match for anyone. I'm not finna be assaulted. I am not finna be dismissed or anything. So I would just, for everyone's sake, I would just much rather make a video. If they see this video, great. If they don't, I'm making it for myself. I am releasing everything that does not serve me. Me talking about my baby daddy and me talking about my family and me talking about my journey with autism are three of the hardest things for me to talk about because it's been difficult, but just bear with me. Favoritism and toxicity are two of the main reasons why I decided to go no contact with my entire family. I get so emotional when I talk about my family because I love them so much, even though they put me through a lot, and it just hurts me that this is what it's come to. Like, I love them so much, but I can't be around them. You know what I'm saying? I have to love them from a distance, and I hate that for me because I've always wanted a big family. Like, but anyway, so I grew up with both my parents. They are married still to this day. And I have three siblings. I have an older brother, and I have an older sister and a younger brother. I grew up in a very toxic, dysfunctional environment. There was physical, mental, emotional, verbal abuse. My older brother is my mom's favorite. My youngest brother is my dad's favorite. And my sister had my late grandmother. And I had no one. I was nobody's favorite person. And that hurt a lot growing up. And it showed in many ways. I struggled with depression and unalive thoughts. I can't say the word. My family knew that, and they would joke about it. And like they'll make other jokes about me being like adopted and things like a lot of hurtful things that I try not to let bother me. I didn't want them to see that it was bothering me, but it still hurt. I spent my entire life trying to be seen and validated by my parents just so I can feel like I was enough. I'm not close to neither one of my parents because growing up they were overstimulated, mean, and impatient. And I was afraid of my parents. I was silenced, reprimanded, or punished if I even attempt to advocate for myself. Out of my three siblings, I'm only close to one, and that's my younger brother. My older brother is a deadbeat father. There's no easy, nice way to say it. He blessed me with two beautiful nieces that I love like my own. I don't respect him. I haven't talked to him in, I don't know. I don't remember. I can't recall the last time I spoke with him. I'm in no contact with my sister because she enables my mom's toxic behavior. I call my sister an accomplice abuser. Oh yeah, and both my older brother and older sister were in cahoots with my baby daddy. And my poor little brother, I just feel so bad for him. I'm in no contact with my brother. It's not in a malice way. I'm just in no contact with my brother because he's just guilty by association. My poor baby. He just wants the family to come together and talk it out, make amends, and get along, but it's not going to happen. I know he's going to try his hardest. He's going to try until he just cannot try no more. And I feel bad for him. I told him he needs to give up, but he does not want to give up. He really believes that we can all reconcile, and I don't believe it's going to happen. When it comes to my siblings, I didn't have high expectations when it came to them being involved in my daughter's life. My older brother didn't even take care of his own kids, so why would I expect him to even want to be around my daughter? My older sister, you know, I will have to pay her to watch my daughter. And then I was paying her up until she basically told me, like, hey, you're not paying me enough. I don't have any kids. I don't want to watch kids. No, I don't want to be nobody's babysitter. So I was like, okay, fine, cool. When it comes to my younger brother, he was in the service. He couldn't watch her if he wanted to. And poor thing, he was worried when he went to deployment. Not deployment, he went to basic training. He was worried that my daughter was going to forget who he was. Now, when it comes to my parents, I want all the smoke. I never wanted nobody to raise my daughter. I was just hoping that I would get help when I needed it. Like I mentioned before, my older brother has 2 daughters that he did not raise because me and my mom raised them on our side. I'm speaking from our side of the family, not his baby mama's side of the family. I know they did their big one with the kids too, but I'm talking about when the kids were on his side of the family's side. If my mom didn't have them little girls, guess who had them? I did. 16 to 19, I didn't have a life. I couldn't go out like I wanted to. If my mom didn't have my nieces, I had them. I was my mama's tap out, not my dad, not nobody else. Whenever she needed a break, she would call me. It didn't matter if I was out with my friends. It didn't matter if I was studying. It didn't matter if I was sleeping. I remember I got off of work 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting woken up like at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning talking about, Kiana, I need you to take your niece. And where's her parents? They ain't here. And if I tried to say no, all hell would break loose. Those are not my kids. Why are you making? Go tell your son, go make your son be a father. These are his kids. Why you got smoke with me? You should have smoke with your son. These are his kids. You can't, don't get mad at me because I want to be a kid. Y'all don't believe me? Hold on real quick. I'm gonna call my ex real quick. Hopefully he answer.
Yup.
Ty.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, why you calling me from your burner?
I'm recording for YouTube.
Oh.
real quick. I'm recording for YouTube. Do you remember our first date when we went to the movies?
Like when we was kids?
Yeah, when we were in high school. Do you remember our first date when we were in high school?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, tell me what happened. We went to the movies.
We went to go see Karate Kid, and that was the first time I held your hand. That was cool.
Okay.
But after the movie, we was gonna go out to eat or whatever, but grab some probably Applebee's more than likely, and then you got a call from your mom, I guess, about you having to go see your niece because she was crying or something like that. Basically, you had to go tend to your niece for whatever reason. I don't even know why it was you.
Okay, that was it. I needed somebody to attest to that. If I ever needed somebody to represent me, it will be him every time because that motherfucker's memory go real long. So I get pregnant. I have my daughter. I was hoping that I could at least get like a quarter of support that my brother got. Like my brother, he had me and my mom as babysitters. He never had his kids. Like, yeah, I'm not being dramatic when I say that. And I'm not exaggerating. My brother was able to drop his kids off any time of the day that he wanted. And nobody would say anything. No one didn't care. I love being an auntie. I didn't mind. But I started to notice that, like, hey, like, this is kind of neglectful. Like, is he ever going to spend time with us? But who am I? I'm just a kid. I can't say that to my parents. I would have got my ass beat. So I didn't say anything. But anyway, I was just hoping that I would have got a little support with my daughter due to my circumstances. Like, they knew that my child's father was unfit. And if we're being honest, my baby daddy and my brother were in the same category. So if y'all are supporting this deadbeat, at least help your daughter, because you know your daughter's going through the same thing. It just didn't make any sense to me. Like, my brother had me and my mom. He always had a babysitter. He was able to move out of state twice. He had 2 kids at this time. He moved out of state twice to go to school. And he just always had my parents' support. We always took care of my brother's kids for him. My brother never had to do anything because he knew he had us. My baby daddy and my brother are like the same person. And I never understood my parents because they hate my baby daddy, but they love my brother. It just didn't make sense to me. I vividly remember being on the phone with my parents and they're cussing me out. They're fussing, they're yelling and fussing, they're cussing me out because I'm trying to co-parent with my baby daddy. Financially, my family did show up for me financially. Like, my daughter had Pampers, she had clothes, she had the swing, the bassinet. They did they big one. I am not gonna lie, I would give them that. But if they would have told me, hey, we're gonna just take care of your daughter, make sure she doesn't need any diapers or anything for like the first 6 months of her life, and then we're just going to neglect both of you, we're never going to help you with anything else, I would have said no. I would much rather have y'all time than money. I remember crying, begging, pleading with my parents. I asked them, why do y'all help my older brother? Y'all help him, y'all support him in all ways, shapes, and forms. Like, y'all will go out y'all way to support him, but when it comes to me, y'all do nothing for me. I'm going through postpartum. My mom said, you're the girl, your brother's a boy. You're the mom. That's what being a mom is all about. So because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to suffer. And still to this day, that does not make any sense to me. When she said that, I should have knew I was alone in this. But me being me, I still stuck around, hoping, I guess I was hoping that they would change their mind. And they never did. I suffered. They watched me suffer for 8 years. They will literally have all the grandkids. We'll all go out like to a family event. And at the end of the day, they will send my daughter home and keep my other 2 nieces. My daughter will be screaming, crying to stay. And they just, nope, she has to go home. Or they will lie and say, oh yeah, we're not keeping the grandkids. And then I'll call the next morning and I will hear my nieces in the background. I tried so hard to get my parents to accept my daughter, to love and accept my daughter. And it would never work. I used to live 5 minutes from them. And every day I would go over. I'm the reason why my daughter knows my family. If we're being honest, I'm the reason why. I'm the one who did all the legwork. I will show up to my mom's house, my parents' house, just so they can be around my daughter. But they never wanted to keep her. I just got tired of trying to force it. So I just threw my hands up with it and just quit going to the house. Y'all, it took them 6 months to realize that they haven't seen my daughter. They went 6 months without seeing my daughter. And throughout them 6 months, holidays went by. I think it was Easter. My mom, my parents threw an Easter egg hunt. My daughter, they didn't call me. My daughter wasn't invited. I lived 5 minutes away from them. I had no knowledge of it until I seen it on Facebook. And I could just hear the comments saying, oh, well, your family doesn't have to watch your daughter. They don't. I get it. But how you go have favoritism with your grandkids? I would never understand that. And then these are the same 2 people who say like they don't have to watch my kid. My late grandma used to watch y'all. Shout out to my late grandma. I miss her so much. My grandma used to have us all the fucking time. Y'all, my grandma had us so much. We start calling her mama. My grandma had us so much. People thought we lived in her apartment complex. I had people trying to tell me, no, you stay here. No, I don't. I don't live there. That's my grandma's house. If my grandma didn't have us, my cousin had us. What's up, Kim? I would respect y'all more if y'all just look me in my face and say y'all don't want to deal with me and my daughter because my daughter has autism. I know that having a child on the spectrum is hard. It's difficult. So if it's hard for y'all, can y'all imagine how hard it is for me? Not getting any love, support from y'all with y'all grandkids that y'all love. Talking about, oh, that's not my kid, that's not my responsibility. You right. That's not your kid. But she's still your family. You don't want to spend time with your family? Even though I'm in no contact with my family, there is not one day that goes by that I do not think about them. I think about them every day, especially my nieces. I have 3 nieces now. The youngest does not know me because I moved away and I went no contact. There's not a day that goes by I do not think about my youngest niece or my other nieces. I recently saw my nieces this year, but the bond is not there no more because I've been gone for so long and they're older now. They're not babies no more, so they're doing their own thing. But I think about the life I could have had with my youngest niece every day. And I don't think I'm ever going to be able to have it. And that hurts me because I love being a mom. I love being an auntie. I love kids. I've always, like I said, I've always wanted a big family. And now just realizing that it may not happen. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. These are the same people who told me no, that they're not going to watch my daughter and they will not watch my daughter. But they fix their mouth to ask me for money. Or they fix their mouth to ask, can they use my credit? And we ain't talking small amounts. How dare you ask a single mom for money, but you do not have no desire to watch her daughter? And that's all I ask for, is for you to watch my daughter so I can get some time to myself. And these are the same people who have the most to say, but do the least. Imagine we're on FaceTime and you constantly have to hear, oh, you look tired. I am. You look stressed. I am. You need to get outside. You right. So with you knowing all that, can you watch Raleigh for me? Oh, no, I can't do all that. Then why are you stating the obvious then? That's rude and that's real fucked up. It's giving like you making fun of me. Are you reveling in my pain? Because y'all know I've been struggling. Y'all know I've been struggling this whole time. Why would you fix your mouth to say that? I'm a joke to you. That's cool. And I just don't think I'm ever, as much as I love my family, I don't think I'm ever be able to forgive them. I really do believe that they left me and my daughter. How can I forgive that? The final straw with my parents is when I remember me and my mom got into it over the phone because I told her I don't like how she treat my daughter and I feel like she has favoritism and she needs to do better. And we ended up getting off the phone and I was bringing my nieces over to her house to drop them off. And when we got there, my mom pulled out a knife on me and she chased me with it. And she told me, don't you ever tell me that I don't love my grandbaby. I love my grandbaby. And I was just like, act like it. And after that, I decided, I was talking to my ex. And I was really getting this push to move away. And I was afraid because what I told my ex was, I was like, I'm afraid to move because if I move, then I'm not going to have a safety net. He sounded confused, like, what do you mean you're afraid to move? Like, Keon, you already don't have a safety net. You don't have a support system. You already don't have any help. Why are you afraid? And that was all I needed to hear. If my ex tells me I'm right, y'all can all go to hell. Because he is one of the most emotionally intelligent people I ever met in my life. So after I had that talk with him, I called my younger brother and was like, hey, I'm finna be where you at. Get ready. And my younger brother has been so supportive with my decisions and everything. He has tried to help the best way he can. And it really hurts that I'm not in contact with him. But the only reason why I'm not in contact with him is because he's still in contact with my family. Because he wants us all to make amends, but it's not happening. I don't plan on talking to nobody until I get my life back on track, because this has gone on for too long. My life has been in shambles for too long, and I need to get my life back on track because I'm better than this, and my daughter deserves better than this. So that's it, y'all. That's all I have for y'all. And I appreciate y'all for watching this. One of the hardest videos I ever had to make, because me saying these things out loud makes it real. And I've been running from it, and I can't no longer run from the truth. I have to face it. I hope this answers y'all question. I love y'all with all my heart. I just don't fuck with y'all.